Hello, everybody. It's Tina Brock, the producing artistic director here at the Idiopathic Radiculopathy Consortium in Philadelphia. And I am your host for our weekly virtually existential dinner conversation, which is 50 to 60 minutes of conversation every week with creators in Philadelphia, around the region, around the country, and around the world. And we're getting that opportunity to sit and talk with people, to have the conversations that spark our creativity together. And we're learning more about their practice, what they're thinking about, the obstacles, the challenges, what they've been thinking about over the past year, what their reentry, if they have not already been back in the studio, on the page, in the rehearsal rooms, on the stage, what all of that is going to look like in 2021. It's just a chance for us to get to know a lot better our colleagues and the people who are inspiring us to do even better work, to make magic wherever it is that we make magic in the arts. And we love having you in the audience with your questions and your energy, and having you here since June of 2020 has been just a huge boon, not only to everyone here at the Idiopathic Radiculopathy Consortium, which would be Bob Schmidt, Erica Holscher, myself, board of directors, and everybody who contributes to the work that we do in existentialism when we are on the stage, but just helping us to stay creative, stay energized, stay connected, and stay together during a very, very challenging time. To that end, I hope you'll join me on Saturday, April the 10th, when Julia Lavidina joins me at the ITA dinner table. Julia is a creator of powerful and elegant figurative sculptures in bronze. She is born and was raised in Odessa, Ukraine, and she now lives in Philadelphia, where her studio is. And here in her studio, she creates the clay and the mold and the waxes, and does all of the casting and the finishing and the melting and the pouring of the metal right here in her studio in Philadelphia. And I'm really excited to talk to her about that. We'll talk to her about her many awards and all of the projects that she has on the table. She's currently being featured. Her work is featured at the Stanek Gallery here in Philadelphia. So we'll talk to her about that show. And I've always wanted to talk to a sculptor about what that is like. So we'll dig into all of that on Saturday, April the 10th. If you're on the Idiopathic Radiculopathy Consortium's mailing list, you'll get an email from us every week on Wednesday morning, and that has a link for you to be able to come into the virtual dining room here, if that's the way you enjoy having your virtual dinner and conversation. You can always find us over on Facebook Live at Idiopathic Radiculopathy Consortium. We stream live at 5 p.m. every Saturday. And then we house those episodes over on the IRC's YouTube channel at Idiopathic Radiculopathy Consortium. And you can always find us on podcast and Amazon Music and iTunes and Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, Into the Absurd with Tina Brock, where we're now, coming up on about 40 episodes. So it has been our sheer delight and pleasure over this time to be able to dock the boat at our place every week at the virtual dinner table. And having you there every week has made an enormous difference to both our well-being just as artists, and knowing that we are all in this together and cannot wait to get back out onto the stage and in the rehearsal rooms and to the page and the places, the studios where art is created, where you are, where we are all audience members creating this work together. That is the goal. And when it's safe to do that in 2021, you'll see us on the stage again. And this conversation will continue, because we'll then be able to have the backstage conversations and be able to look a little bit deeper into the work that is currently happening on the stages, on the pages, in the studios around the country. So that's the short and the long-term goal for the Idiopathic Radiculopathy Consortium's version of our existential conversation called Into the Absurd. And when we can be back on that stage, creating and telling the stories of our favorite existentialist authors from the mid 20th century, and current living writers who are working in that absurdist existentialist format, there is so much on the table as we've grappled over the last year with an extraordinary existential crisis. And I think that will inform much of the work that all of us are doing in our many places where we create art over the next years and decades. So to that end, we're doing it together. We thank you so much for being there with us. And I do hope you'll join us Saturday, April the 10th, when sculptor Julia Lavidina joins us at the dinner table. Until then, I hope you're getting your vaccine, getting some fresh air out there, and able to stoke those creative fires and think about the big plans and projects that you have on the table for the spring and summer, until we can be back seeing you again. So have a great week. We hope to see you Saturday, April the 10th. Julia Lavidina, be there.